7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Are you listening?
Ricky J. Sports.
What is going on, my fellow YouTubers? This is Ricky J, baby, from Ricky J Sports, and I'm pumped up and ready to go because, people, the men's lightweight roster was dropped today. So we are going to see who made the cut, and we're going to check out the stats as well. And you guys all know that Conor McGregor, the kingpin of the division, and a lot of people could argue about that because he's only had one fight and he's the champ. But his striking's at a 95, which I agree with. 86 grappling, I agree with that because, you know, he's not, you guys know it, man. He wants to keep it on the feet. It's all about sprawling and brawling with Conor McGregor. He's decent on the mat, but I think in the lightweight division, he's dealing with heavier guys, man. And his stamina at 88, I agree with, and his health at 95. I think they pretty much got McGregor spot on. Let me know in the comment section below. And let's look at Eddie Alvarez. 89 striking, 91 grappling, 94 stamina, and 90 health. I really liked using Eddie Alvarez in the beta. I made a video and I kind of titled him the Mike Tyson of EA Sports UFC 3. Very, very fast hands. You know, a lot of people are going to be using Edson Barbosa, but you know that one hole is that grappling of 87. 87 isn't that bad, but as a whole, he has some really good stats. Let's go down and let's see Donald Cerrone. You know, Donald Cerrone, he's still has some pretty good stats, but that health at 86 isn't the greatest. And Michael Chiesa, man. He is pretty good. That grappling's good and the stamina's good. And, you know, some people were saying that Dariush is going to be a dark horse, and he has some respectable stats right there with that 90 grappling. It's always good to revert to grappling, especially if you're getting outstruck. And nothing is better than talking about Nate Diaz. For all you guys that don't know, I do a pretty good Nate Diaz impression. I'm going to do it for you right now. Yo, what's up, man? It's Nate Diaz, and I think they got me on point, you know what I'm saying? But if I have to say, man, striking, I should be at a 98, man, because I outstruck Conor McGregor, you know what I'm saying? What's up, Stockton, baby? But as a whole, that's some pretty unbelievable stats for Nate. You know, a lot of people are going to be using him. And Rafael Dos Anjos, you know, when they drop the welterweight roster and the stats, he's going to have better statistics. I hope he does in the welterweight division because he's been tearing things up. And we're just whizzing right through this. Good old Joe Duffy, Evan Dunham, and Frank Yeager again, fighting in multiple divisions. Paul Felder, big shout out to him. He's doing a great job behind the booth, man. I must say, he's going to have a great career after fighting. And this is the guy. I always like to feature who I'm going to be using, and Tony Ferguson is my guy in this division. 90 striking, 91 grappling. The stamina and health is great, especially for a 5-round fight. And you got Bobby Green, Clay Guida, like I said, still kicking around. Ally Quinta, some nice stats right there. And Michael Johnson. I'm surprised they didn't have Michael Johnson. He did drop in weight. I'm surprised they didn't have him in, you know, in the featherweight division. But, you know, maybe they're going to add him right there. And then you got Chan Sung Jung. A lot of guys fighting in multiple divisions. And then you guys, I know you're waiting for Khabib time. And he is going to come. They have him later on in this roster. I don't know why they didn't put him at the top, but you got Joey Lozon, Bruce Lee, 92 striking. But you know, everybody that faces a Bruce Lee is going to just want to grapple with them, man, because at 84, you know, that's a hole in his game. Kevin Lee, I would have liked to seen Kevin Lee's stats better, man, because he was doing well, you know, inside the octagon, and he hit a speed bump in, you know, in Tony Ferguson, but he deserves better stats in my opinion. And here we go. Did they leave out Khabib due to contract disputes? I'm getting you guys nervous, eh? Don't worry about it. But yeah, Jake Matthews, and let's see, Gilbert Melendez still doing well, and Jim Miller, man, this guy's been through a lot. And here we go, there's Khabib. I'm gonna get right into talking about him. 87 striking, 95 grappling, 93 stamina, 90 health. That's pretty much on point in my opinion. And you know, a lot of people are going to be using him, and just be careful, you know, because when you're facing Khabib, you know you're going to be taken down, so you got to use somebody who's well-rounded. The one thing I don't like is Sage Northcutt. I think his striking could be a little bit better. You really believe that Sage Northcutt is only 1 point better striker than Khabib? I know Khabib actually did well against Barbosa, but looking at other guys, you know, is he just 1 point better than Gilbert Melendez? Gilbert Melendez, you know, he had a war a long time ago against Diego Sanchez, and, you know, what I'm trying to say is Northcutt deserves a little bit better. And then BJ Penn getting in there. It's nice that Penn is in there, but man, those are some terrible stats. Ross Pearson as well. And there's so many fighters. Oh, I love this row of guys, man. Anthony Pettis. You know, the one thing, though, I use Pettis a lot in UFC 2, but his stamina and health is what's going to make me shy away from him. Does have good striking, but as a whole, he's just not that powerhouse that he was in EA Sports UFC 2. Dustin Poirier, some respectable stats. Look at Diego Sanchez. I thought they were going to give him a striking in the 70s, man, but, you know, they can't do that to Diego, but he's just not a good fighter. You know, especially he needs to hang them up, man. Let me know what you guys think. He just needs to hang them up. And rounding off, you got James Vick with some decent stats, but a lot of guys on the roster. Like I said, I'm most likely going to use Tony Ferguson, and I'm going to mix in a little bit. Who knows, man? Let me see. I'm going to mix in, I don't know, some Nate Diaz for sure. But the thing is with Nate, he's not a kicker, and I love implementing kicks into my game. I'm not a fan of Barbosa. I don't know what it is. I feel, you know, people are going to grapple and you're at a disadvantage. Maybe some Eddie Alvarez. I like to use guys that are well-rounded. But let me know who you are going to use. This is exciting. I love this division. It's very competitive. I just hope Khabib is not that overpowering powerhouse that he was in EA Sports UFC 2, where you couldn't get up, couldn't do anything, and it made for a boring fight. But anyhow, people, let me know what you think about this roster update. You guys are the best. This is Ricky J, baby, from Ricky J Sports. I love you guys, man, and as always,
You are awesome.